मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। रत्नाकराद्धौतपदां हिमालयकिरीटिनीं ब्रह्मराजर्षिरत्नाढ्यां वन्दे भारतमातरं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Namaste. Welcome everyone to the fifth day of the series, The Stories from the Upanishads, Lessons for a Meaningful Life. We have seen 4 stories from various Upanishads which can show a light to our lives. Now we are in the 5th story, one of the very beautiful stories from the Chandogya Upanishad. Imagine, don't just listen to the story, imagine the story. India, a land of knowledge, having many small kingdoms and many big kingdoms. And one such prominent kingdom was the Kuru kingdom. We all are very much familiar with the Kuru kingdom as it is most popular in the Mahabharata, the same kingdom. In the Kuru kingdom, which was very good in all aspects, including education, which was supporting the education in such a way, there were thousands of Gurukulas. One such Gurukula, on one day, just imagine the convocation day happening. The brahmacharis who were studying there for 12 years, they are graduating out of the Gurukula and going to lead a life of householder. One such day, where all the students were going out, the Acharya, the Pradhana Acharya, the Vice Chancellor, comes and gives all of them a message for life, saying, Satyam vada dharmanchara swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Follow truth. Always adhere to dharma. Don't ever stop learning and teach the people about the way of living. So such was the message, and all students were going out. One student, a bright chap called Ushasti Chakrayana, he comes and prostrates to the Guru and takes the blessing. While going out, the Guru, the Acharya says, you are one of the best chap in our college. So now you are graduating. Now you should become a role model to the society. So I bless you. Go and take up whatever you have learned till date. Now you have to apply in your life. So the Brahmacharya Ashrama is learning oriented. The Grihastha Ashrama is more of application of whatever you have learned. So go and become a Grihastha and follow a dharmic life. This was the message given by the Guru. And the student obeys his Guru and finds out a good bride for him and gets married. In a couple of years, they both get a child and they are leading a good life. What is good life? They are leading a contentful life. He is doing his Swadharma, where he goes to the nearby places, nearby homes and nearby temples to perform puja, the homa, the yajna, yaga and all those kinds, and whatever dakshina he receives, from that he is managing the family, and whatever is left out, he is giving back to the society. This is the lifestyle where the Brahmana accepts poverty voluntarily. This was the kind of varna he had adopted based on karma also. Now, the society is leading a very happy life, but one year, a natural calamity happened, a disaster. What was it? Because of the thunderstorm, all the crops were destroyed and the village was in shambles. No food to eat. Cattle are not able to graze. The children are not able to feed with milk. So much of struggling, hunger, all kinds of calamities. Even at that time, people are dharmic, never into stealing or snatching, nothing. They're trying hard to somehow find out the way of coming out. When these people are doing such things, do you think the kings or the rich people were sitting silently looking at the situation? No, this was not the Indian society. Indian Vedic society always thought we are here to contribute to the welfare of the whole society. So the king sent a lot of people to go and serve these people, the Kshatriya. And the Vaishyas, who were rich business class people, whatever amount, whatever profits they had got, They wanted to share some of the amount of profit that they had got to these people who are struggling for even a square meal a day. So many people were doing some charitable work. This Ushasti Chakrayana, along with family, is struggling. They have not had their food for the past 3 days. The child is in hunger. The wife has not had anything. He has also not had for 3 days. Very hungry. At that time, the husband, the Ushasti, says, "Let us go let both of us go in different directions to find out if there are any people who are helping us, who can help us, because we are dana yogya, meaning we are eligible to take danam. It could be the desha, it could be the kala, it could be patra. In all aspects, we are eligible to take danam. So you go in one direction, I will go in one direction. If God's willing, we will get some food and we can feed our child and we can feed ourselves too." So both decided, they both went in different directions. And Ushasti is moving in one direction where he saw many people from his own village who are coming happily with some food in their hand. So he was very happy and he went and inquired, "What happened? From where did you get this food?" Then that person told, "There is one Srimanta, there is one rich person who is distributing all the food for all the people. The cereals, the pulses, rice, and all these things are being distributed. You also please go and take it." So Ushasti felt very happy. Somehow today we can feed our stomach. I can feed my child. So with that hope, he ran to the place. He ran to the place where the distribution was done. But by that time, the distribution ceremony was over and the person, he was almost completed distributing and he's packing all the things to go back. He went and inquired, "Is there anything left?" Looking at the condition, the person who was distributing, he also felt very helpless and said, "We don't have anything to give you." But at that time, he remembered, "Our owner is there. Please go and inquire with him." Ushasti saw the person who's sitting next to a big elephant and he's eating something in a vessel. He directly went to him and he introduced himself to him. And he told, "From past 3 days, I have not had anything. Can you please give something to me as danam? Because I am dana yogya." Looking at the condition, the rich person also felt very bad. He told, "I want to give. My heart is feeling so much to give. But everything has been given. I don't have anything to give you. I don't have anything to offer you. I don't have anything to give you and take the blessings." At that time, Ushasti says, "You are having something, you are eating something, can't you give that?" He said, "I am eating pulses. It is kind of a prasad that we do during the Shivaratri, the usuli that we call in Kannada." He was eating that. He told, "I am eating this, but this is already eaten. This is not dana yogya, meaning which cannot be given as a charity because it is already been eaten. How can I give it? Jhuta." Then he says, "No, that's okay. I understand. I know the Shastras. I can quote many other places where the apad dharma being followed, where at the time of crisis, at the time of calamity, we can go or transgress dharma to such an extent to save our lives." So he quotes many shlokas and convinces the person to give that cereals to him. And the person happily gives it to him. And when he takes the vessel, he takes a part of it and puts it in his bag. And he asks, "Why are you keeping it? Why can't you eat?" "Yeah, I will eat, but this I'm keeping for the sake of my family. My child is waiting. My wife will be hungry, so I want to take them." He takes a part of it and puts in his bag. And he starts eating. 3 days hunger. He's coming out of the hunger because of that. At that time, he's getting the hiccups and cough because of that fast eating. And the person who was having the water also, he just gave the water to him. He offered the water, "Please drink." And Ushasti says, "No, I don't want to drink. This has already been drunk, so I don't want to drink whatever is left out. Please take it over." And this person becomes surprised, shocked, and angry. Why? Because just now he has only quoted many verses from the Shastras saying it is okay. It is okay. At that time. Now, for the quenching of thirst, he is not taking this. He was perplexed, puzzled. He asks, "Why are you doing this?" Then Ushasti says, "Apad dharma should be followed only at the time of crisis. Now, this village is in such a calamity, we don't have food to eat. That's why we are dying out of hunger, and I ate whatever was left out to survive myself so that my purpose of life is fulfilled. Otherwise, I would have died. But to quench the thirst, we don't have a lack of water. So I can drink water in my own place. I will go back. I don't want to transgress dharma when it can be followed. And it was an eye opener for this person, and he comes out and he prostrates to this person who is following dharma even to such an extent at such a time of crisis also. Prostrates, takes blessings, and goes back. And Ushasti, having the cereals in his bag, rushes to the home and calls his wife and says, "Take this, I have got some food for you. Please eat it and feed the child also." By that time, the lady, she is also a clever lady, she would have gone to some other place and she had also worked somewhere, and with the earning that she had got, she had fed herself and the child too. She told, "We have had our food. If you have had, that's great." Then Ushasti gives it to her and he goes back to sleep. The wife also sleeps, the child also sleeps, and he is on his bed, but not sleeping, thinking and contemplating. I have taken to this Grihastha to follow dharma, and she is my Sahadharmacharini, but I am not even taking care of her. I am not taking care of her in the way that needs to be taken. She is contentful, she is happy with whatever she has, but still I should take care of her. So this is not the way. When at the time of calamity, somehow I need to feed her the basic needs to be met. So the next morning he wakes up as usual early morning in the Brahmi Muhurta, finishes his morning ablutions, does his morning Sandhya Vandana, Puja, Homa, Agni Karya, all those things are done. By 7:30, he's ready. He's ready to leave. And the wife comes and asks, "You're going somewhere?" "Yes, I'm going out. I'm going out for a 3-day or 4-day because I have heard in the nearby village, our Raja, the Kuru kingdom's Raja, he has come to perform a big ritual, the Yaga, for the well-being of the whole society which is struck by the famine. So he is doing a Yaga. If I go there and if I offer my work there, if I can participate there and do a bit of karma that I know, I will get some dakshina from which we can lead a comfortable life in this calamity time." And wife also agreed, and he was about to leave. But the nearby village is not so close. It takes almost 1 day to reach by walk. He says, "I have to go 1 day without food again." And there also, what kind of work? The Vedic chanting should be done, the ritual should be conducted, which requires a lot of physical and vocal and even emotional strength. "But I am hungry. Do you have anything that is left out?" And wife comes with a sorrow face that only thing that is left out is this, what you got yesterday, the boiled cereals. It's almost spoiled, but I don't have anything to give you. Though it is tamasic, but Ushasti Chakrayana says it's okay to eat at this time because I'm dying out of hunger. If I can somehow satisfy my hunger and live and go there, then I can earn for the living and even I can lead a purposeful life. So he eats it and goes to the Yajnashala, where it was a huge ceremony where thousands of people are gathering. The king has come. Many priests are doing their work. And when he enters to the gate of the Yajnashala, the huge ceremonial ground, the Sevaka, the soldier who was standing outside, he asks him and he prostrates to him and says, "Sir, do you want some food? We have the Pakashala where the food is being served all the time. Please go and have some food." Ushasti asks, "Okay, I can have food, but has the Yajna started? Has the Yajna started?" And this person says, "I think it has started. We heard the Diksha Samarambha happening few minutes back." "Oh, is that so?" He didn't go to the Pakashala, he directly went to the Yagashala to see whether it has started. All people have gathered. Huge fire has been lit up. The priests are sitting around the fire, the Homakunda, and they have started chanting it. It has started already. And he feels very bad. I have come with so much of hopes to contribute something for this yajna and take some dakshina. But here the yajna has already started. Now what can I do? What should I do? He sits in a place where he can hear the chanting. So the people have started. The invocations and all those things have started. And the three main priests who are sitting around the fire to do the fire ritual. The first person to do invocation, the second person to do the middle portion, and the third person to do the conclusion of the Homa. They are sitting and they are about to start the chanting, the Veda mantras, and even the ritual. He saw them and he understood they are doing only lip service. So he directly came behind the person who was about to start the invocation hymns, the suktas from the Veda. He asked him, "O priest, do you know which God you are invoking through your invocation prayers? Do you know the meaning of the prayers that you are doing? If, without knowing the meaning, if you are performing the ritual, do you think the fruits will come? This will affect the Yajamana, the king, in a wrong way. This will affect you, the person who is doing it. And the whole ceremony is being done by the amount given by the tax of the society, and society will be harmed. Instead of doing something good to the society, you are harming the society. Do you know the deity that you are worshipping? Do you know the meaning?" These were the questions he asked the person who was about to invoke the invocation hymn. And the priest told, "I don't know the Devata. I don't know the meaning. What will happen if I don't know?" Then he says, "You will be perished. You will be perished. You are in such a position where you have to instruct people on how to do and why to do and all those details, but without knowing the details you are doing means you will be perished. You will get papam." And he says, "I do not know." And he sat quiet. The same question was asked to the second person, the second priest who was supposed to do the middle portion. He also told, "I do not know." The third person who was supposed to do the final conclusion hymns, he was also asked the same question about the meaning and invocation deity for that mantra. And the person told, "I also do not know." Means we are all going to perish. So we don't want to do such a ritual which can do harm to ourselves, the king, and the society. So they all restricted themselves from chanting and they came out of the Yajnashala, stood up in a side place. The king, who was sitting from in a far distance, he observed something happening. He directly came to the priest and told, "Why? What happened? You are supposed to do the ritual, you are supposed to chant mantras, but you are not doing that and you are going away. What happened? What happened?" At that time, the priests told, "This Mahapurush, this Mahatma has enlightened us that if we do a ritual without knowing the meaning, that will incur papa, not punya, to oneself, to the person who is responsible for that, and to the society. Without knowing the meaning, we should not do is what we have understood. So we do not know the meaning and we don't want to do the ritual." King was sad. He was depressed because he has called thousands of people for this gathering to do a homa for Loka Kalyana, for the well-being of the whole society. But he is not able to do that. It is not because of the humiliation he may get. It is out of concern towards the society he is doing it. But when this was not possible, he asked the person, the Mahatma, Ushasti Chakrayana, he went to him, prostrated him, "Mahatma, you have enlightened us how not to do a ritual. But now, please, can you lead us to do the ritual? But before that, I want to know, who are you? Who are you?" Then Ushasti Chakrayana introduces himself, saying, "I am the son of the Chakra Rishi. That's why I am called as Chakrayana, and my name is Ushasti. So people call me Ushasti Chakrayana. I am a graduate from such and such a Gurukula and doing such and such yagas in different places." And he gives a brief profile of his. And listening to that, there was a spark in the eyes of the king. He told, "I was looking for you. I had sent my soldiers to look for you in all nearby places, towns and cities, but we could not find you because my Kulaguru had told there is one person called Ushasti Chakrayana who knows all the rituals. If he does a ritual, the ritual will fructify to the maximum and people will get maximum benefit. So I searched for you, but whoever went in search of you, they came and told, Ushasti Chakrayana has moved from that place to one more place because he's finding place to satisfy his hunger." That's why we could not find you. That's how we wanted to do a ritual. So we found these three priests, and I thought these three priests also can do something, and some benefit could be brought out of this yajna. Now, having got you, I don't want anyone else to do this yajna. Can you please take the lead and perform this yajna and make this a fruitful ritual for the whole mankind? Ushasti Chakrayana, listening to the humility of the king, the surrendering of the king, he accepts it. He says, I will do the ritual, but star, conditions apply. King asks, what are those conditions? I am ready for any condition because I am doing this yajna for the sake of the world, for the sake of the people. So I am ready to face any challenge that you want to give, any conditions you put, I am okay for it. Ushasti says, you will be continuing the the performance of yajna, but not headed by me, but headed by these three priests whom you have already nominated. Those three priests came and told, no, 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 we don't want to do. Without knowing the meaning and without knowing the deity whom we are worshipping, if we do, it's a papam that you have enlightened us. We don't want to do. And king also said, yes, sir, you have told the same thing. How can you say they have to do if it is incurring papam? So how can they do for themselves or the society? Then Ushasti gives a solution. Let them do, because the yajna has already started. The Diksharam has already been done. So if we stop the yajna in between, it is not a good sign. So let them continue. But if they surrender themselves to me, I will teach them the meaning of the mantra along with the deity to be worshipped and meditated upon before doing the ritual. And those three priests were very happy to get such a great guru who can give the meaning along with the deity to be worshipped. They prostrated, they asked him, inquired him, and Ushasti instructed them with all the details about the yajna and blessed them and asked them, you go and perform the yajna. And they performed the yajna, and the yajna was a huge success, and the yajna got completed. Raja was so happy, and when it came to the part of the dakshina, the Ushasti was given almost the triple of the amount that was given to other priests. But Ushasti told, whatever amount you have given to other priests, give the same amount to me, because I have not done anything extra to take extra amount. Just imagine the kind of situation he is leading presently. Even in spite of that, even in spite of that situation, he is not taking extra money. He says, whatever dakshina you gave it to those three priests, give the same amount to me, that is more than enough. And looking at the simplicity, looking at the sacrifice, looking at the lifestyle of Ushasti, this king became a fan of him and offered himself at his feet and said, sir, I have not seen any person like you. Please accept this. He gave the dakshina, and Ushasti went back home. In few days, because of the result of the yajna, the land that was under a drought and famine, that became a greener and beautiful, and it was prosperous village, and the yajna was also completed. This is the story which comes in the first chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad, Ushasti Akhyayika. This is the story. But what can we learn from this story? What are the lessons that will show us to lead a meaningful life? The first and foremost is life of dharma. In the Gurukula, when he was about to go, he was not just told to remember the knowledge. He was not just told to think about the attitude, not just about skills, but it is about values. Satyam vada, dharmanchara. But today, instead of doing Satyam vada, we always do Satyam vadha. It is always, at any point, we should adhere to dharma and speak truth. This is the message of the Veda, which Ushasti followed in all the time. Next, the lifestyle of Ushasti, if we see, it was very simple. No hoarding of money, no storing of resources. Whatever was to be there for that day, he used to take it, he used to use it. Whatever extra which he had, he used to distribute it among the poor people. Just imagine, he himself is poor, but still he wants to contribute and lead a simple life without storing, without hoarding. But today we see people hoarding so much so that even 10 generations which are about to come can feed without working. So Without hoarding, no hoarding is the message that we get from here. Simple, exemplary life. And the society, the Vedic society, if you see, the Brahmana was doing his job of teaching and worshipping and making others also perform the Vedic rituals and Vedic lifestyle. Kshatriyas were doing all the kinds of administration. Vaishyas, the business class. Today we speak about the CSR. The same thing. At that time also, they had a responsibility towards the society and they were contributing for the well-being of the society. So, Vaishyas were also contributing, and of course, Shudra were supporting all the above three classes for the benefit of the whole world. This is the Vedic society. Then, when came a calamity, when he was dying out of hunger, he ate whatever was left out, but he didn't drink whatever was left out. And the reason he gave was apad dharma. Apad dharma. Only at the time of calamity or crisis you can transgress dharma. And calamity, we always say, yes, I also transgress dharma in small things. No, but here apad dharma means only at the time where if you are dying out of the situation or if someone else is dying, at that time and that time only you can transgress dharma. Otherwise, you don't have any right to transgress dharma. This is the message from the Vedas, Vedic lifestyle. Here eating was just an example. Whether it is satya, whether it is ahimsa, whether it is following dharma, everything you should practice to the 100% with 100% commitment and effort. Only you can transgress in those exceptional situations which is a matter of life and death. Otherwise, 100% adherence to dharma. Even though a person who's leading simple life, he had love, he had care and responsibility towards the family, and wife was a sahadharmacharini who was also leading the same kind of lifestyle. And more than that, contentment was there in family. They didn't have much to have, but whatever they have, they were happy with that. So this is a message where we can be happy without fulfilling many of our luxuries. With basic needs, you can be happy. And we have seen many people who have a comfortable life leading an unhappy and not so peaceful life. Peace and luxuries are not directly proportional. It's there in your mind. Any karma, any ritual, if you do, if you want 100% benefit, you should know the meaning. Without knowing the meaning, if you perform any puja, any yajna, any homa, it will give you benefit, but not 100%. Not 100%. So knowing the meaning and doing. Even today we can see in the society, a person could have become a graduate by reading and mugging up the syllabus that has been given, and he comes out, but not sure whether he gets a job. Though he gets a job, we do not know whether he can survive in the job, because you need to know the conceptual, you need to have the conceptual understanding, then the concept, then application. All these three things should be there to bring success in the academic or in the career. In the same way, the Vedic lifestyle also shows you should know the meaning of whatever you are doing, and empathy on others. We saw Ushasti, when he was offered more money, he told, don't give more money to me. Instead, distribute among the three priests who have also done, because they also would have faced the same situation like me. That's why I don't want to make them feel that just because of me, they are not having the food. So I can understand. I know the pain of hunger. So let them also have it. Empathy and teaching. And finally, accepting dakshina, how much ever he has done, for that he has taken. So in that sense, whenever we do our work, we need to take the result or money for whatever services we have done, not extra. That is more important, as much needed. And Shraddha towards the Vedic rituals. Where if you perform some yajna, the Veda has told this is the result. Whether it is Putra Kameshti Yaga or Parjanya Homa, whatever, it gives some result. Have Shraddha and do it. Otherwise, it will become a mere mechanical ritual and not a result yielding tool. So in that sense, if I have to conclude, let us lead a life of Shraddha on the Vedic teaching, complete adherence to the values dharma, understand the meaning and start teaching the people around, empathize and cooperate for the well-being of the society, and become a good contributor for the whole world. So with that, let us conclude the story of Ushasti Chakrayana. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.